Today's topic is body cameras and their impact on police officers who wear them. I'm Steve Serbalik, and I'm an attorney with AsCops in Arizona. AsCops receives a number of questions about body-worn cameras and how they impact officers' careers. So we want to provide a basic overview and answer the most common questions. This video is part of the Law Enforcement Lesson Series. Today, I'll cover body cameras in policing, some of the limits with body cameras, and the impact of body cameras in critical incidents like officer-involved shootings and in-custody deaths. Please note that this is a general summary and not legal advice, so please consult with your lawyer and your union representative to talk about your specific circumstance. Our goal for this video is to provide you with basic information about body cameras and how they may impact your career. But as always, the most important thing for you to know is if you find yourself in trouble at work or worried about body cameras, please contact a representative as soon as possible. Experienced representatives can help you navigate this complicated topic, but only if you ask for help. As cameras and videos become more common, some members of the public have called for increased use of body cameras by police officers. Specifically, there's a nationwide trend to equip officers with cameras in an effort to capture the officer's perspective on interactions with suspects, witnesses, and other members of the public. The use and expectations of body cameras directly relate to the concept of public perception. The theory is that members of the public are more likely to trust police officers if there's a video record of their interactions with the public. Although officers often have physical control over the body camera they wear, many police agency policies actually determine when a body camera is to be used. Department policies also often dictate when the officer is allowed to view his or her camera footage. Body camera footage is often used to assist the prosecutor in making decisions regarding criminal charges. Footage is also used to review the conduct of police officers for internal investigations and in criminal investigations. More on that later. Switching gears, I'd like to talk about what body cameras are not. Body cameras are not a cure-all. They are not miracle machines, and they also do not fully capture the officer's perspective based upon the limits of technology and camera placement. This means that body camera footage is not the final authority as to whether an officer was justified in his or her actions. Body cameras simply provide one perspective on what happened. Case law and due process concerns make it clear that an officer's objectively reasonable perspective and articulation are critical in evaluating any police contact. Body cameras are also not fully reliable. Although technology is improving, low lighting conditions present a challenge to many cameras. Camera placement can change, or cameras can fall off when an officer runs or goes hands-on. And of course, like all electronics, batteries can die and cameras might deactivate by accident, so incidents might not be fully captured on video. Finally, body cameras are not a substitute for your memory and impressions. Most of the time, questions about whether an officer was justified, in policy, or reasonable depend upon the officer's ability to talk about far more factors than what might be captured on a body camera video. Turning towards critical incidents, if you are involved in an officer-involved shooting or in-custody death and you are wearing a body camera, don't panic. The factual circumstances behind your incident are far more important than the mere fact that you are wearing a body camera. If you engaged in a use of force that resulted in a critical incident, the first thing you will do is provide public safety information to your fellow first responders. You have a responsibility to make sure the scene is safe and to request additional resources if necessary. After you provided the public safety information, my next recommendation is that you consult with a lawyer. There are arguments for and against watching a body camera video before consenting to a criminal interview, and they should be carefully evaluated by an expert who's fully informed about the circumstances of your specific event. Whether or not you give a voluntary walkthrough, the body camera video will eventually be released. Once again, having knowledgeable representation is important because I personally feel strongly that the release of body camera footage should not occur if it may jeopardize an officer's due process rights. So here's the recap. We covered cameras in policing, the concept of transparency and public perception, as well as the fact that department policy will control when camera footage must be captured as part of your job. We also covered what body cameras are not. They are not miracle devices, they are not the final word on any given incident, and they are not perfect. They very well may not capture what an involved officer fully considered during a critical incident. And as for critical incidents, we covered your role if you're involved in a critical incident. Don't panic, make a clear public safety statement, and then seek representation to help you address the next steps. Finally, once again, the most important takeaway is this: ask for help. There are resources available through organizations like ASCOPS that can help you navigate through body camera issues, as well as any other significant issues you may face as a police officer. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the button below to subscribe for more law enforcement lessons. I'm Steve Serbalik. Stay safe out there.